everyone, this is Stephanie and I'm here with Julie Kandelek, who came out to California to do our May cover. Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
It's so nice to have you. Carrie Frost, our fashion and beauty editor, ran into Julie at Fashion Week in New York this spring, and they started talking about nails. And Julie presented some ideas to Carrie, and the ideas were?
Well, I've been very inspired by Japanese nails lately, and I really wanted to do something like that for the cover. I know that you guys have never done anything like that, so I presented Carrie with that idea, and we kind of ran with it.
Very cool. I've been wanting to do something like this as well for quite some time. So we decided to do sort of a Harajuku girls sort of theme. Julie brought prefabricated tips in order to save some time because 3D work is quite time consuming. So what did you do to prepare?
What I did, I took full coverage tips, the longest ones I could find because I didn't know what we were going to do, so I wanted to have the most variety of options for length. The longest ones I could find, I found in Hong Kong. And so first I took about 2 of each size, lined them all up, and I polished them all yellow. Yellow of the colors that we decided on is the lightest color, so I thought that I could start with the lightest and then build the stripes on top of it in the darker colors and kind of build from there.
And so you pre-did all the tips and top-coated them.
Yes.
And then you had to fit the tips to our model's nails. Any tips for fitting properly?
The one problem that I have is when the C-curve doesn't fit right. Sometimes if the model's nails are very flat and the C-curve is a little too curved, you have to go up 1 or 2 or sometimes even 3 sizes bigger and then file it down so that the C-curve fits right and it hits, because if it's too curved, it'll pop right off and in the middle of a set, and it could pop and fling somewhere and it'll totally be awful.
And ruin the shoot.
And ruin the shoot.
A lot of the nail art in Japan is very pastel-y. It's bows and candy and ice cream cones.
It's very cute.
Right. So we decided to go with ice cream cones. How did you create these?
I took a bead. Actually, I started with the cone, and I just made like a triangle shape. And then I took the thinnest, smallest piece of material that I could find to do the little lines in it, which is actually a sewing needle. And that's what I used to press into the cone's acrylic, the brown acrylic, to leave the lines in the waffle cone. And from there, I picked up my bead of acrylic. I just dropped it down like, I don't really know how to describe that.
Like a scoop of ice cream.
Yeah, I just picked it up. Sometimes I double or triple dipped it like you do with ice cream. You know, dip it into, say you're doing strawberry shortcake ice cream, you want pink and white, so dip it in the white, the pink, and a little bit more white, and then press it down onto the nail. And make sure it's not too dry, but also not too wet, because if it's too wet, it'll kind of go all over the place. If it's too dry, it won't get that nice smooth surface. And then from there, I let that cure for about 2 minutes. And then I picked up a very dry bead, and then I put the little detail down at the bottom, kind of like when you pick up a scoop and you kind of have that little extra stuff hanging around. So then I kind of like manipulated that to give it more of a 3D detailed look.
Funny enough, the part that really makes it so realistic, that little bit of extra ice cream at the bottom. So after you completed all of the different ice cream cones, you went back and added more detail to them. What did you do?
I did a little something different on everything. Some of them I added faces, which are very cute. Some I added sprinkles, which I just did with a little striper. Some of them I added like some fudge sauce or some crystals and pearls. And Japanese love shiny crystals and pearls and things, so of course that was very Japanese.
Yes, it's also very mix and match, different colors and textures and patterns that all are sort of go together.
Right, it's all cohesive, but it doesn't match, but it all goes. It's very
mix and match.
Yeah.
And then you added extra detail, rhinestones and stuff to the other nails. How did you decide what you wanted to do and where?
I don't know. I just kind of like, sometimes I'll hold the crystal up on top of the nail to see like if it'll fit size-wise and color-wise before I actually drop it on there. I knew that we really like pink. Pink is very girly. We really like pink. Clear is very classic. The clear crystals, everything's Swarovski crystal. And kind of just placed them, you know, everywhere. I really liked following the stripes that we already had existing. That was really cool. And I did a few miscellaneous ones too, kind of tucked in the ice cream scoops.
Did you use top coat at all on these?
Yes, I did. I used top coat, but only over the actual acrylic. I don't put top coat over the crystals. I put a lot under it, but never over it, because then it'll look too smooth, like a cabochon. You don't see the facets anymore.
Right. If a client in the salon wants something similar to this with the embellishments and everything, what are your suggestions for doing this?
In the salon, if a client desires bigger crystals like this, what I do is I use a UV activated gel to adhere them. I just put a drop down, put the crystal on top of it, and cure it. And it's really important to use a gel instead of a top coat. Top coat won't hold these on longer than a day or two.
Well, it's a great look, and it's really something that's versatile and fun for a special occasion and stuff. And, you know, nail art's becoming so big that I can see clients asking for these things more
And they
often.
do. They
Yeah.
do in my salon, yep.
Oh, really? Yeah, you're getting these requests. Any requests for 3D ice cream cones?
Yes, I've done a few already.
Terrific. See? I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming out and doing this. I think you really hit the mark on these Japanese-inspired nails.
Thank you for having me.
Really happy that we finally got to do it.
Yeah.
You did a wonderful job. It was a pleasure having you out here.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks so much.